Pictured here is Lamar Valley in Yellowstone National Park. You can see our conservation partner and I are looking for the speck of a black that others claimed was a wolf, allegedly 400 yards away from us. Despite this distance, we were thrilled to be in the wolf's presence. A few days later, we're sitting down with another interviewee, which is a rancher from a well-respected community. If he spotted a speck of a wolf 400 yards away from his ranch, he would not have had the same reaction as us. He would not have been thrilled. Discrepancies in perceptions and differences such as this is what we explored with our stories throughout the summer in the American West. My name is Srija, and through the partnership of William Mary IIC and the Nepali NGO Ukali, we bring you insights into human-carnivore conflict and its mitigation. Human-carnivore conflict is a global issue that manifests in 4 different ways. Crop raiding by carnivores, property damage, human safety, and livestock depredation. And this last iteration of human-carnivore conflict is what we focused on the most with interviewees this summer. Now that we've established that a variety of human-carnivore conflict exists, let's explore why they occur. Turns out that human-carnivore conflict is inevitable because we share environment and limited resources with them. There's 2 iterations of how this sharing of environment and resources can play out, either in peaceful coexistence or conflict. Generally, the latter occurs when proximity and competition over conflict occurs. Now that we've established that livestock depredations are one iteration of human-carnivore conflict that results from competition over space and resources, let's explore the potential impacts of this. The most evident impact of livestock depredations are financial losses for the rancher from losing one asset, such as a cow. Second is a retaliatory killing of predatory carnivores, which jeopardizes their population status. So think of it as if a gray wolf, which is listed as endangered in many parts of the nation, kills a sheep, and then the gray wolf is killed in retaliation. And third is political polarization between ranchers who respect wildlife and carnivore groups pressuring ranchers to accept carnivores. As you may remember, at the beginning of this presentation, I said that human-carnivore conflict was a global issue, and one of the regions where it manifests is in Humla, Nepal, characterized by high-elevation grasslands and pastoralist goat herding communities. These communities coexist with carnivores such as snow leopards, wolves, and Himalayan black bears. And our partner NGO Ukali works with these communities to mitigate conflict in the face of environmental change. Currently, Ukali is seeking lessons learned from herder and rancher communities around the world to improve their mitigation strategies.
Our research took place in the Southern Rocky Mountain region of the American West, in which ranchers, native communities, and other actors including carnivores, like bears, wolves, and humans. These actors have knowledge around mitigation strategies that may be valuable for our partners in communities. They identified 2 gaps of knowledge that relate to human, livestock, and carnivore space use and climate-related factors. To further break things down, our overarching goal to document perspectives regarding human-carnivore conflict, we sought to determine all influences of conflict, investigate climate-related factors, evaluate how space use is considered, and summarize our findings for communities. We took a 4-step approach, and we are currently undergoing transcriptions and writing. We learned about many of the mitigation strategies that are currently being implemented in the American West, the most popular being right now flagery, range riding, and livestock handling practices that follow animals for instance. Our first major finding was that conflicts and therefore their solutions are context dependent. Take guardian dogs. One rancher in Colorado claimed that her guardian dog was an essential part to her operation and her success. A rancher in Montana, however, faced many challenges with his guardian dogs as they would get attacked and injured by coyotes and antelopes. Additionally, with just this one example of a mitigation strategy, Mass implementation cannot be done, as issues should be evaluated for a context by context basis. Another key finding from our research is the necessity of involving diverse stakeholders. One rancher we spoke with in Montana dedicates his work to being a facilitator of difficult conversations to cultivate collaboration and common. His vision is not just to have these discussions, but also to figure out how we can all work together. Finding common ground then opens the door to community-led mitigation. Involving stakeholders in all parts of this process allows for a community-based approach, cultivating respect, trust, and collaboration.
Let's return to the research gaps that Ava highlighted at the beginning of this presentation. To answer my question on intersecting space use, we found via our interviews that overlapping space use between human and carnivore actors leads to higher likelihood of conflict. We also found that interviewees may concentrate mitigation measures in these areas.
To answer the question of what are the common climate-associated factors that impact human-carnivore conflict and mitigation efforts, respondents most commonly responded that forage availability, water availability, and variation in snowpack are extreme factors that will change livestock and animal behavior and limit feeding choices. We learned so many lessons from the American West. One of them being that the mitigation strategies that work here need to be tested before being fully implemented. On the screen, there are a variety of research applications we hope to complete, the most important being formation of a global network of information, ideas, and people. We would like to thank our faculty mentors from the IIC, along with our conservation mentors and partners from Ukali and all of the interviewees who make this research possible. One thing that Srija and I were surprised with in this project that we'd like to leave you with here today is the idea that human-carnivore conflicts are human-driven. The steps to minimizing conflict in all other conservation efforts must have the involvement of humans.
As you're reading his reflection, also feel free.